Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of Tumblr Deep Dive. Today we are looking into the trad wife tag, which has been suggested to me a lot lately, which is why I decided to check up on that tag again. I actually looked into it to do a video on it potentially, probably like at least a year ago, and I didn't find nearly enough content to be able to make a video about it. So part of the intrigue of this to me is why has such a, my voice sounds so, weird. Give me a second. I suddenly have this very deep, sultry voice, but I'm actually just sick. So ignore that. But what I was saying is that part of the intrigue of this tag to me is why has it seemingly blown up as of late to the point that there's way more content in this tag than there was last time I looked at it, somewhere between a year and 2 years ago. And why have I been... I've also been getting so many... And on top of that, I've been getting way more messages to look into it. So I'm gonna do that now. It's pretty funny from what I skimmed last night, so let's just jump into it. But first, I have to tell you about this week's sponsor, the one and only Audible. Audible is the leading provider of audiobooks and spoken word entertainment. Every month that you're a member, Audible gives you 1 credit, which means 1 free audiobook from their massive selection, as well as 2 free Audible originals. I'm an English major, which means I have to read so many novels for school, and audiobooks that I get from Audible have saved me so many times because it's just so convenient. I can get my readings done anywhere, anytime. I can read while I'm grocery shopping, I can read while I'm cooking dinner, I can read at the last minute when I'm walking to class. And if you're reading for fun instead of for school, I also highly recommend the His Dark Materials series. If you're like me and you wanted to read the book before watching the new HBO show so you can be that person, it's on Audible. So go to audible.com/strangeeons or text strangeeons to 500 to start listening today. And now, back to me. There's a related trad femme tag, so I think we will look at that after. The first post, which led me down quite a rabbit hole that I will lead you down in a moment. The first post that I saw last night was, IDK, maybe you guys shouldn't be quote-unquote reclaiming the Nazi trad wife and drawing her making out with girls. Like, this isn't just from one of those other girls versus me things from some 16-year-old. It's a Nazi trad wife made by Nazis. So I believe what they're talking about is this particular image. I'm not sure exactly where it originates. I read some of the Know Your Meme page last night, but that's not the point of this video. So yeah, it's kind of like, I wanted to do a video about the not like other girls things as well, but a lot of people draw those. You've probably seen something like this around the internet, so people are kind of doing the same thing here with these two characters. So yeah, the internet is just being its lovely self. Also, wait, why is that PewDiePie? I'm so confused. The liberated, quote-unquote, feminist, wears tons of makeup because of low self-esteem, damaged hair from dyeing, got a crappy flower tattoo when she was 17, uses fake tanner so dark she looks Mexican, sleeps around to improve her self-esteem, but it only makes her feel worse. It only gets so much worse. I've never met anyone like this in my life. The trad wife. I feel like I am probably going to know this person simply because I went to a very religious school with some people who are married by now, and that terrifies me. Loves her natural face and only wears light makeup. Natural hair with highlights from the sun. Oh my god. This is just that not like other girls thing in disguise, goddamn. Also, you just know this was absolutely made by men. Knowledge about her European roots. Yep, we are gonna not unpack that one. Anyway, back to Tumblr, where we are safe. Excuse me, English isn't my first language. What is a trad wife? It typically means a traditional housewife who strongly believes in enforcing the gender norm of women being housekeepers or whatever, but in the online sphere, traditionalism is usually just boiled down to being racist and Catholic. This tag is pretty mixed between people making fun of this and people who are in it. There's also just a lot of like aesthetic posts of women in long skirts. What is a traditional wife? A woman that follows traditional gender roles to serve and honor God, her husband, and her family. She is kind, graceful, unafraid of embracing her womanhood, and unequivocally feminine. But what if I'm a dumbass who trips over every curb? Am I automatically excluded from this subculture of being a elegant, traditional wife? Probably. She understands the importance of her role as a wife, mother, lover, and homemaker, and raises her children with the knowledge that strong families build strong nations. Things we are not going to unpack right now. This post says, hold yourself to the same standards you hold your spouse to. You expect them to be patient yourself. And it's tagged like trad wife, trad femme, traditional femininity, which, like, I have no beef with that post, I guess. Sure, cool. Anyone else ever follow a seemingly cute trad life cottagecore homesteading blog, only to cringe and hit the unfollow button when you're scrolling through your dash and see someone reblog vitriolic anti-choice post about how evil abortion is. I haven't done a deep dive on like the cottagecore, farmcore kind of stuff. I think I've touched on the aesthetic tag kind of phenomenon on Tumblr, but like cottagecore, farmcore, traditional homesteading are all like kind of, it's like a popular aesthetic community on Tumblr. So there's a lot of overlap between that and the kind of aesthetic posts that these traditional wives would reblog. Happiness is baking cakes for my husband from scratch. I mean, that's pretty wholesome. That's a cute cake. Sees a cute pastel blog with flower arrangements, gardening, seasonal decorating, baking, and cleaning inspo. Sees bio something like trad wife homemaker, living for him. Timothy 212, married 0.5 years, to the love of my life. Women are made for the home, to love and honor thy husband. Yeah, you married the man you respect. I don't think I did, but go off, I guess. Now, respect the man you married. Okay. A little introduction. Hello all, I'm Lana, a 30-something woman who enjoys a traditional male-led marriage. I am a subservient wife and mother and homeschooler, and I follow a non-traditional religion. Does that mean you're in a cult? I am a bleeding heart progressive liberal with a need for real justice. But the cool thing about feminism is that I can choose to be a trad wife. Okay, and she's basically just like, everyone is valid, I will not tolerate racism on my blog. Looking at this stuff, it's like, yes, the phrase male-led marriage induces a bit of a need to vomit in me, but I don't have too much beef as long as you're not a dick about it. Happy is the wife who learns the art of praising her husband in public. Why in public? I'm so confused. Diary. Today I started my diet. I need to lose 20 pounds to get my ideal weight and look cute to my man. And I want my hair growing long soon. He's loving my natural hair, wavy light brown. And he wants to see waist length. Long way to go, but I'm doing it for him. Oh my god, no! Oh my god, no, it's real! I need to click on this blog afterwards to make sure this isn't an absolute parody, but, you know, like the, white hippie mom baby names that everyone just, you've seen it. I know you've seen it, but this post is it's like a screenshot of the Notes app. Archer, Steel, Forest, River, Arrow, Hunter, Fox, Talon. And it's like in a little cursive font, like baby names. Oh, they're real! They're real! Okay. This is one of those deep dives where I'm probably going to make some effort to hide the URLs. I'm aware that hiding URLs only does so much because anyone can look up this tag. So with that in mind, I also just want to say very clearly to you, don't go fuck with any of these people. Honestly, it doesn't seem that bad so far. Maybe I'm gonna come across some like super gross posts. So far it's just for lack of a better word, because we know cringe culture is dead in this house, for lack of a better word, it's just kind of cringy so far. I follow trad tags and their inspo pictures are cottagecore cute and lovely, but their IRL home pics are like sad tacky McMansions. Ladies, don't settle for a man who lacks architectural taste. If you're in that 50s housewife life, go Atomic or go MCM. If you're a ye old fair maiden, find a forest or a farm and don't decorate like HGTV and some multi-level marketing scheme bread. If you're a modern trad, please embrace Brit Colonial. I love that all of the genuinely toxic discourse has moved over to Twitter and now we're just left with this. Twitter 100% now fills the role that 2014 Tumblr did of like this horrible cesspit of discourse. Like, this is it. This is all that's left on Tumblr is people ranting about Brit Colonial. Hey, what tags can I look up to find inspiration for relationships from a Christian view? Probably the ones you used on this post, to be honest. I don't know. Are there any responses? No, not really. This is not an actual post, it's a screenshot that someone reposted with the caption, "Discourse in the trad wife fandom," but it's, "Could you just leave the trad community? It's very uncomfortable to see your satanic stuff. The trad community is for good Christian folk." Oh my god, it's so hard to tell if some of this stuff is satire. Like, how is that not a joke? No, question mark. The trad community is about living a traditional life, whether it be traditional values, how you dress, living to certain gender roles, etc. The trad community is what you make it. So, that definition of, like, the trad community kind of seems to include just, like, the live in a cottage and forage in the woods, traditional aesthetic kind of stuff, rather than just I listen to my husband and bake pies, you know? Do I walk and sit gracefully? Oh god, I can immediately tell you the answer is no for me. Tumblr makes it hard to zoom in, and I can't see because the print is tiny, so please excuse me while I just like shove my face in my computer. To walk gracefully, do glide smoothly, hold head high, remain vertical from hips up, swing out from hips smoothly, why is it so complicated to walk? Point feet in a straight line. To sit down smoothly, do touch knees to back of chair, lower yourself, keeping erect, sit down, slide back into place. I think, okay. 25 ways to be charming. Make an effort to remember names, practice good etiquette, listen earnestly when other people speak, sit up straight, walk with confidence and your head held high, smile at others. A lot of these things I'm just like, you know what, if that's the aesthetic you like and that's your kind of idea of like self-care, like that's fine with me. It's just, it feels like really insidious things are lurking right below the surface of this kind of stuff, you know? Appreciates her European heritage and all that. So I'm just so like on edge, you know, like I feel like it's coming. I feel like it's gonna jump out at me. Advice to follow, trad femmes. There are bad men that will prey on you in this community. They think that because you like traditional gender roles or aspire to be a stay-at-home mother, that you will be easy to push around and manipulate. I like this blog so far. This blog has a lot of like genuinely good advice, and I would hope that it could help some people in this community where I imagine there would be a lot of toxic stuff going on to hopefully stay a little bit safer. Oh god, I spoke too soon. I'd rather be viewed as weak to the world because I'm submissive to my husband than be weak in the Lord. Oh, that's right, the Lord. I forgot about the Lord for a second there. If there was going to be a video where I feel like Satan is trying to crawl out of my throat, it would be this one. I feel like it's fitting for this one. It's stated in my bio, but I will say it again because I've got an influx of followers the past few days. If you are a kink/fetish/porn blog, do not follow or interact with me. I will report your blog and block you. I do not support kink/fetish or pornography. I think it's disgusting, degenerative, pedophilic, and should be outlawed. Why are you on okay. I was about to say, like, why are you on Tumblr? But then I was like, maybe that's why this has blown up a little more in the last little while. Ever since the not safe for work ban. I don't know. I really do not know. I would love if somebody has followed this more closely than I have, because all I know is that there was a small trad wife community. I looked at the tag somewhere between a year and 2 years ago. It was dead. Like, there was nothing. I knew that community existed in larger numbers on, like, other platforms and around the internet, and it was there, but it's a Tumblr deep dive series, so I wasn't going to do a video about it, but now they're all here. They're here. They've arrived. Tradwife tag on Instagram is almost enough to convert me into full lesbianism. LOL, imagine being a brainless submissive slave to a piece of shit man for the rest of your life. LMAO, no thanks. I'd rather be a pansexual feminist whore. Do you even have a husband, you slut? No punctuation, just there it is. How dare you? You call yourself a Christian woman in your bio. You should be ashamed of yourself. My husband Jeremiah is my whole life. He is the godly man of my dreams, and he guides my decisions when I would be weak on my own. Because that's his job as the man of the house, and my job is to serve him and listen to him, because those are the roles God set out for us. I love him so much, and you have no right to say such things to me. But I am a godly woman, and Jesus says we ought to forgive sinners such as yourself, so that's what I'll do. Surprisingly, I can't remember the last time I got any quote-unquote anon-hate, but please send me some so that I can respond, and Jesus says we ought to forgive sinners such as yourself, so that's what I'll do. Tradwife SpongeBob is a blog that exists. It's only got like 4 posts, but I feel like it's a good one. No hate there. I just want to see jams and cute animals. What the fuck, you are in 2020. You're not a 50s housewife, sweetheart. And it's a screenshot of this post that's captioned, "Back from church and I'm gonna bake some gingerbread." And it's tagged cottagecore, tradfem, warmcore, farmcore, traditional style, traditional family, long hair, blonde hair, flowers, flowercore, vintage apron, 1950s housewife, housewife vintage style, vintage, atomic housewife, homemaking, me. So it seems like there's some minor beef between like the traditional femininity community and the like cottagecore, farmcore community, because there's an overlap of their aesthetics, so they meet in the same tags a lot of the time, and they, like, I saw a post that was just like, everyone in these tags is just about the traditional aesthetic, but for me, it's about the Lord. Traditionalism should be about this: helping children separated by their families at the border, making home life achievable and enjoyable for everyone, prioritizing a healthy family with healthy dynamics, embracing cultures and traditions in a modern lens, providing food and resources to families less fortunate than you, not limiting women's health, limiting education for women, white nationalism, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, racism. I'm sure that's true for some of the women who've made posts that I've read that day. Ooh. Bread. Love core, baking warm core. Oh god, I need to know what's in love core. Do you like mushrooms? Reblog for 10 years of good vibes. Okay, I literally can't handle the wholesomeness of this tag. Anyway. Give her commands, not requests. When you give her an instruction, don't be overly polite. Don't say, would you please hand me that book? See, in your girl's mind, those are decisions to be made. Would I please? Could I? Would I mind? Decisions like these complicate her world, and the last thing she needs is more complications in her life. Oh god, I will puke. I will puke right now on my computer. Oh god, all the comments are supportive. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god, that's a really poofy cat. It looks like bread. Lots of like just baking and aesthetic posts seem to really be the foundation of this community. 3 years ago, I had a boyfriend my own age who I met at church when I was 6 and had been friends with ever since, and a relationship with since I was 14. His parents are good Christian people, and I thought I loved him. Not long before we parted ways, he spent a few months trying to pressure me into having sex with him. I was young and hormonal, and I'm sad to say I did want to, but he almost broke my resolve, until one day my brother overheard him trying to convince me, as he often did, and threw him out of the house, and forbade me to see him again. I was pretty mad at my brother at the time, but quickly came to realize he'd saved me from breaking my chastity vow to God, and protected me like a big brother should. I'm so glad I held on to my resolve and saved myself for my wonderful husband. You have that juxtaposed with, like, cute little heart-shaped strawberries. Minor whiplash right now. And then follow his rules. Oh, this one's for the thumbnail, my dudes. Do whatever he tells you. I think he needs to tell you to stop using so many fonts at once. Have faith in your husband, as he always has your best interests at heart. I don't know. Oh god, biblical womanhood. Not biblical womanhood again! Also, the reason I'm on this actual blog and not just like the little Tumblr view they show you of the blog is I was trying to see like when a lot of these were started. So I was creeping on some people's archives, but these are recent blogs. But yeah, I found this post called Biblical Womanhood, which just sent me astral projecting back to Girl Defined. Yeah, all of this is very Girl Defined energy. Tumblr is so weird, and it's so conducive to communities and starting these weird subcultures that, like, guys, can you please just bring the porn back so it's not communities like this? You know, I shouldn't, okay, maybe that's harsh. Most of them are harmless. So I think that's about it. I think that's my adventure into the tradwife tag. Strange times we are living in. But don't send any of these people hate. There's some bad ones, but there's also some pretty harmless ones who just want to live their lives, and it's sometimes hard to tell, so don't just go indiscriminately spewing hate at these people. Please do not. Also, I'm always open to Tumblr deep dive suggestions. Send them to me on Tumblr. Send them to me on Instagram. Send them to me wherever you would like to send them to me, because I would not have known that this tag was going to be so spicy if you guys had not messaged me about it constantly. So, thank you so much, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video next week.